Bit it. I just like it. Let us get it. Alright, time to grab my Bluetooth. So I'm going to bring it in here. What? Time to get my Bluetooth, because I know I didn't bring it in here. And I'll leave these in the fridge. Leave these out here, because that's my food. And sugar! Sugar! Yeah. Okay. Sugar! Look at that bottle. Look at that bottle. Oh my goodness, you boy. You voluptuous insane boy. Oh wait, I forgot the key ingredient, the speaker. Oh, good boy. Oh. Here's this crazy boy. Here's this crazy boy. Come here. Oh, you sweet baby. Oh, you sweet baby. What are you doing? Well, you dropped your boy, goof. You just dropped your ball. Look at your ass. Look at that goofy little dork with a face. My goodness. What a dorky little face on that little pooch. Get a plug of ring. Oh, yep, there we go. My goodness. Here we go. Ba-da-ba-ba. There we go. That'll be my boom boom. Down smoke. First after work bowl of the day. Booty. Who's baby? Who's just a sweet little baby? Oh, who's a big boy? Who's a sweet thing? Are you just a sweet thing? I think you just a sweet little thing. Oh, what a goof. What an absurd little goof. Guessing Zuka just had a fun little day today. Especially considering you were just so happy. His little older brother was just so jealous, even when I showed up to pick him up. He was just all just like, how dare you? How dare you come pick up my little brother instead of me? Why are you loving on me? Boo.
How far is he away from here?
I don't know, like, I mean, it's pretty much on, like, the other side of the bike trail. So, like, if you go down the bike trail and cross, like, and go up to, like, a segment that way, and just go up, like, a couple blocks, I mean, it's kind of, like, on that way. All I need is thinking some beer from Plaid. Well, it has to be arch nemesis, or else it doesn't count.
What?
Oh, for, Ripsy saying, thinking some beer from Plaid. I'm just like, as long as it's your arch nemesis, it doesn't count otherwise. That's why I tell you what. Plaid is on my good side, no mangoes allowed. Yeah, until I ordered a custom shipment of mango carts. And now there are nothing but mango carts in the beer section. And you have to just suffer. While everyone else who's enlightened will enjoy it. Besides you for being a weirdo.
Anybody doesn't like mango?
The mango cart ales that I get.
Oh, the yellow one?
Yeah. Whoop. Oh, you raise a brand of vodka instead? Oh my god, Raisin Bran is unironically a fucking war crime. Raisins, dude. Goddamn raisins. It's hell no. That's just a straight hell and a no. All wrapped up in a nice one big ball. Actually, I might go Winco because I just realized I don't have anything for breakfast. Damn. Yeah, you want to make sure you have some breakfast, that's for sure. You don't want to lose, you don't want to lose the opportunity to snag up a breakfast. You want to make sure you have it. Why the fuck did Logan buy a phone with a cracked screen? That's gonna last long. Did he? He's also made like 3 different group chats, dude. Like I have like, well, okay, I'm being hardballic. There's 2 group chats. There's the one that we're usually all in, and now there's like some other one. And it's like, what? How'd that even? It's like what? It's like, how'd you even do that? That's what Gucci says. Oh my god. Yeah, it's just... so I can't even tell. Where is it even... Oh my lord. He sends like fucking like essays for texts, and there's no grammar in it either, so it makes it worse. I offer up some gas. There's actually this insanely adorable picture of Zukov where he literally just looks like a floating head. He literally just looks like a floating head here. Oh my god. Literally a little floating head. Just with like a little head of just like a little tail just popping out in the corner. It's just like, oh my god. What a ridiculous little boy. What a just sweet little boy. Oh. Oh, good lord, who is who? The fuck? I'll check that in a second, I guess. And who is who in this cute little bundles of sweet joy? I actually can't even tell. I can't tell which one's mine and which one's Logan's. I think, honestly, just looking at this goofy dork of a face, I'm assuming that has to be Zukov. Like, this face just strikes me as the dorky little goofball Zukov face that I just know. Yeah. Yeah, that's Zukov's dorkiness right there. She's just looking like a big old dork. My lord. But just looks like a handsome baby at the same time, my goodness. Just a sweet little thing. Yeah, you're just sitting by my side, just chilling out, aren't you, sweet baby? Yes, you is. You're a good boy. Yeah. Yeah. Just sweet baby. My lord. This pic is fucking ridiculous. Just Zukov and little Jazzy. His older sister just plopped out. And he just looks like a corpse. It's like, my goodness. That just looks like the face of just like something that's like, I died. I'm just dead and now in utter bliss. I am in the comatose dream state. What a goofy little bye-bye. Why must he just be the goofiest of babies? Bedunculus, Jazzington, Zukovo. Jazzington. St. Jazzington. And they're going nuts when they saw me, too. Like, those two basically just see me as, like, an extension of, like, Zukov or something at this point, so they go insane when they see me. Especially Vito, like, he just becomes, like, a little jealous little, like, floofball lover boy as soon as, like, he sees me. They go nuts no matter what. I mean, true, but, like, I mean, like, legitimately, like, nuts. Like, oh my god, I love you, please, come forth to me, give me love. While Zukov just is quiet about it, where he's polite, where he's just like, ooh, did you stare at me yet? Oh, you stared at me, I'm gonna run up to you and demand you pet me. Like, that's Zukov. Like, he will, like, wait until you, like, stare at him a little bit. If not, he'll, like, stare at you, but just kind of wait for the cue. That's just being a sleepy little pup. Having a fun, full day today. Honestly, part of me was kind of half tempted to try to convince Logan to be like, yo, why not just let him spend a night? But he was not about that. He was like, no, I don't want to deal with 3 of them. It's like, I mean, I'll just hook you back up and let them spend the night with me. You just probably be in my room or something. But, no. He was just like, nope. 2's bad enough, I don't need a 3rd. To try to get him to come back here and shit, which that would definitely be a little annoying. Mainly for him and also for me, because it'd be like, alright, well, I'll probably be at work when that happens, so poor little Zukov won't see me whatsoever until, like, one of my breaks, and it's like, that would suck. So, anyways, got it all worked out. Now, just buddy. Oh, you're just a good boy. Just a sleep, good little boy you is. Yeah. Look at that pretty face. Just a goof. Just a little goof. There. Yeah. Yeah, pause tunes. Do that real quick. Y'all. Bada bing, bada boom. Yep, we'll do this. There we go. Stuff I haven't played in a while, actually. It's real shit. I said it. What you gonna do about it? Hey. It's been a little while since I played some Sheriff Gawain. I've actually been playing him a lot lately. For milk easily. For vegans, milk is positive peace. There's season. To drink milk for the goddamn reason. I love the song. It's just too absurd, but perfect. I was gonna see what was gonna go up with the news today, but honestly, like, so much of it is literally just basically the Will Smith shit now. It's just like, fucking Christ. Like, I really don't give a fuck, honestly. Outside of the weird celebrity elitist classism, let's look out for each other celebrity ship culture. So, basically, no one gets, like, everyone gets to get away with it. No repercussions. It just kind of happens. Like, okay. I mean, honestly, it feels like more or less that people aren't necessarily probably pinning the context of that situation, and where it should be is that, like, you got a bunch of bougie-ass celebrities that are showing essentially that they can basically kind of get away with whatever they want a little bit, to a certain degree, within reason. So if you got a celeb that walks up, especially to another celebrity, and just slaps the shit out of them, then, you know, no one gives a shit. Outside of wanting to basically make some TMZ clout. It's like, okay. I mean, it's like, you got Chris Rock, who's kind of an edgy jokester type, I guess. And then you got fucking Will Smith, who I guess is unironically like an actual cuckold fucking insecure bitch. Who is now, like, shown himself to be a complete ass. So it's just like, ooh, man, it's like, if anything, I've actually, like, just, like, learned some shit that was kind of like a bomb drop, you know, when I heard about it. Especially that, like, him being in a open marriage, quote unquote. It's like, oh, really? Okay. I'm sure he's very 100% okay with that. And by that, I mean in, like, the cuck sense, where he hates it, but at the same time he likes it still. Because it gets him off, but, you know, he still hates it. I misread it as Kid Rock, and I was like, oh, hell yeah, when I saw it. Dude, if it was Kid Rock, I think everyone would be okay with it. Like, I'm not even joking. If it was Kid Rock, I think, you know, a lot of people will just be like, okay, yeah, who cares? But it's Chris Rock, though. I mean, so it's a totally different thing. Honestly, though, you want to know something that I found funny that I heard for the ether is Dave Rubin unironically trying to tie this to, like, wokeism. Like, he said something along the lines of, like, see, maybe they'll try to, like, like, this could be a thing where it's just, like, you know, you have some of the I don't even know what it was, but basically it was trying to imply that, like, you know, no one really cares that much because it's a, quote, black-on-black assault, but if it was, like, a black-on-white assault or a white-on-black assault, like, if Matt Damon slapped Chris Rock, there'd be riots in the streets, and it's like, shut the fuck up, Dave Rubin. Like, you're just trying to, like, literally hide from the fact that, like, half of your fan base literally hates you because you're gay. So, I mean, good luck, bud. I mean, good luck trying to recover from that shit. So, yeah, I mean, there's definitely some dumb ticks out there, but honestly, some of the more generic dumb ones are, like, really fundamentally defending one or the other. How about Dave Rubin slaps some Ben Shabibo? Who would be the sub? Both of them are bottoms. I think Ben Shapiro's more of a power bottom, but Dave Rubin's just a full-on bottom. Like, he ain't got no dominance, not even in power bottom form. I guess it'd be Ben Shapiro, because he'll power bottom fucking Rubin. I guess it'd be more like a power top, but like a bottom top? A power bottom top? I don't know. Something like that. Both would be bottoms. They would create a new position. Oh, God. Sweet Jesus. Yeah, there would have to be, like, something new made into that.
Why do I do this? Send the haters. I'll be waiting here with the incinerators. Tell me I'm a burner fun is scintillating. Life is just a game and I'm the simulator. Spinning circles around you bitches like a figure skater. Every moment of my life I study innovators. Asking people if they want the smoke or get no takers. Siphon out your lungs, you'll need a ventilator. Hope you bump it super loud for your bitchy neighbors. I'm about to bring my boss to be an instigator. Playing mental games with manipulators. Talk offensive shit around the dinner table.
I'm trying to think, like, what position would those two even make? It would be like scissoring, but like a weird mixture of like scissoring, docking, cungliness, I'm assuming. There would be like, I don't even know. It'd just be a new thing. Just call it the Rubin. The Rubin, dude. Ben's Rubin. Hey baby. You wanna do Ben's Rubin tonight? Wanna spice it up? That sandwich is based. I mean, it's not blasphemizing the Rubin, it's blaspheming Dave Rubin. Later. King Kong, younger haters.
I'll be waiting for witness in the malls. I'll be waiting for witness in the malls. Yeah, I'll be waiting for witness in the malls. In the malls.
Hey.
I'll be waiting for witness in the malls. I'll be waiting for witness in the malls.
Call it full Dubin. The Ben Dubin, dude. Just call it the Ben Dubin. I mean, that in itself sounds pretty whack, but, you know, I don't even care. It's a new position. We have to make up some weird-ass, quirky name.
Since I was a kid, I always thought for myself, was told if I don't believe, I'll be rotting in hell. When I said I was an atheist, they said I was of Satan and thought I hated God and believed a bunch of crazy shit. Said I don't believe in God or Satan. Not that y'all mistaken, I just think that religion is a human creation. Noah's Ark and Cain and Abel, call it myth and ancient fable. But Satan fucking rocks, dog, so I'll take the label. I bet you gotta worship the devil, of course you did, but I'm an atheistic Satanist, and we don't worship shit. I'm on a psychedelic sorcery trip, aligning my mind with the dark side.
Even Kyle, like, made some long-ass video about it. Oh my god. How long was it even? Oh my god, 20 minutes long? I remember watching it when it was actually premiering for like 2 minutes. And it was hearing him just basically being like, yeah, some bullshit. I mean, like if anything, you know, it's just like there's always, you know, jokes and roasts and this and that. I mean, it's all sorts of, it's just absurdity. I was also watching another video that Kyle put out saying that Zelensky conceded to like another position of Putin's or whatever, which I don't even really know if it is that much, because I mean it's basically just like saying that we're willing to like talk about like, you know, the negotiation of like the Donbass at this point, which, you know, when it comes to the peace treaty and shit, which at least supposedly if Putin, one knows that's his main claims, which obviously it ain't, you should be okay with it and be like, alright, Zelensky's straight up literally throwing bones. It seems like he's trying to throw them left and right. It's like he's kind of being like, yo, bite, take something, damn it. Like he's just like, just stop it. I mean, so at this point it seems like in a way like both parties are kind of desperate in their own ways. Like Putin wants to wrap up the war by make sure it's on, you know, his end of the favor. Zelensky just wants it to end. Like he's just desperate to just have peace, you know. So I mean, because at least to him, he sees that, you know, Ukraine's still standing and having peace, you know, is victory, you know, because people, and even they probably thought that they wouldn't survive this long, you know, so to speak. So it's just like, in their mind, anything that, you know, is like peace, you know, seems like, at least, you know, from Zelensky, it looks like, just from his positions and just from what he's been, you know, saying publicly and stuff, at least from what I've been tuning into lately. I haven't really been tuning into the Russia-Ukrainian war lately. But, you know, from what I've been understanding, it seems like he's trying to, like, throw some bones to try to, you know, make sure peace is, you know, more of a priority, while still trying to, like, get NATO to be, or at least, you know, the West to at least continue to send supplies in. So, I mean, honestly, if it's just like, if by some variable, like, Putin, like, gets pressured enough to concede and shit to at least, like, take the neutral, I guess it would be like a mixture of a W and an L, because he didn't get everything he wanted, but, like, some. So, I mean, it's just like, you know, even then, that should be seen as kind of like a plus in his book, but it ain't, because it's not obviously what he's, you know, truly wanting to go after entirely. Like, there's a lot of natural resources in Ukraine, mainly natural gas, that, you know, they're really keen on make sure they have a lot of ownership of. On top of that, there is a lot of different Russian minority ethnic regions, not just in Ukraine, but a lot of these different Eastern Baltic states. So they have this more ethno-nationalistic, like, neo-Sardic, like, Russian Empire idea of reuniting the Russian people and the Russian diaspora and all this shit. So, I mean, there's a lot of mixture of variables that, you know, come into major play with this type of shit. And, you know, and as much as Zelensky is trying to, like, you know, maybe throw a couple bones in here and there, it's just like, I don't know if Putin's willing to bite. That's the problem. I mean, hell, from what I understand, it's even like, Russian media is just like, yo, don't, like, put out, like, that Zelensky's actually saying he's, you know, throwing some bones, you know, here and there, because it actually kind of makes us look bad a little bit. You know, in the sense that, like, hey, you know, that means, you know, we're, you know, willing to, like, work with the enemy and not totally have our, you know, like, prospect of liberation and whatever the fuck. I read a good thread tonight you might like. Oh, and also, what's this? Little memes. Oh. I have a tune you like. Recognize it? Hey. Don't answer that. It's a beat. It's a dub that. It's that. Right, no friction. It's what plays the engine. You say that it's gonna be over this and it's been one. It's shit on me. I don't think they're doing this to me.
I sent from the scene and sip away before they get a picture of me. What? Y'all ain't never gonna copyright like this. I ain't never gonna tell you where I find this.
Haven't heard this tune in a while, lol. Give Donbass to Russia with a Korean-style demilitarization zone in between Russia and Ukraine. Basically, you can make the Dnieper River that line, if you think about it. Like, the whole Dnieper River can be considered like that demilitarized line. Like, where it kind of, like, goes off, but then it makes that fat turn, just let that parallel just keep going forward. Just have the parallel just kind of keep going that way, where it's like this little line or something. But then what? Well, I don't fucking know. I'm not, you know, at least for me, I'm not exactly the one, you know, to figure that out. I'm just thinking of, you know, I mean, it's more of just kind of spitballing what could be a possibility to, you know, do a quick, you know, like the most quickest way to, you know, get to peace. It's an interesting take on the future, the way they break up. Oh, like if Russia breaks up? The Sea of Azov areas want to remain in Ukraine. Yeah. Places like in Mariupol and shit.
I'm out. Heading to Andromeda where they keep it real.
Aviation got the real experience of defense too. Isn't that kind of already known a little bit? Like, we never really heard, especially in Syria, I never heard much about Russian troops, more about the Russian, like, air forces, like, with their pilots and shit. For example, much of the world's convoying Syrian and Iranian supply caravans through the Flare Desert, which is difficult to set up ambushes unnoticed. Well, yeah, it's a desert. Don't they have access to them already? It would just basically ensure their security of those ports, basically. And give them another port. On top of that, it would also basically just... It pretty much would have the entire, like, Azov Sea, basically, you know, in their control versus it more of like a contested sea, so to speak. Stupid international border bullshit, basically. This looks pretty good for borders. Oh, at least for the, like, Luhansk and Donetsk regions. Like, days before, like, the actual fucking, you know, invasion they claimed. I mean, yeah. What's that weird, like, little bump? What's this? Here, I'll put the screen up. What the hell? What's going on there? What's that? What's that? What the hell? Everything seems fine, and then it got this weird little, like, bloop. Like, this little bloop. It's got, like, a little tumor just, like, leeching off of the little thing there. Typo? I don't know. That's not a typo. That's just that's just part of the map. Probably a little turn off. Maybe. I have no idea. I mean, where's Dawn? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I wouldn't know what that is. Maybe there's something there, like maybe a power plant or something. I don't know. I'd imagine it probably would be something like a power plant. Or maybe like a airfield. They talk about if maps how the country would break up, possibly. Oh yeah, here, let me find that again. I want to see that, because a lot of stuff that I was reading so far is stuff I kind of know already, but... about this whole, like, breakup shit, like, what's that all about? Freshest leftovers. Yeah, possibly. Local separatism. Yeah. Since Russia lost so many technological competences and capacities it used to have under USSR, the USSR job of engineer was prestigious and highly paid. Engineers were kings. Well, yeah, because, like, especially if a lot of labor jobs and shit, I mean, despite the flaws of the USSR, especially when it came to very specific, like, industries, so, I mean, if you got a job there, you were set. And engineers were definitely no exception. I mean, that's honestly kind of why, like, a lot of, you know, despite, like, some of the claims, like, a lot of different Soviet-era tech actually is pretty decent. I mean, even to some extent today, that's why, even, for example, like, some guns that were produced out of the USSR are still used to this very day and manufactured to this very day. Because, I mean, it's like, wow, They value education, educated people. Wow, how amazing. And they succeeded. Funny how that works. Yeah, exactly. Like, because honestly, one thing about labor and also when it comes to the working class and having a very healthy social, like, you know, like, society of where you have the working class actually benefited and uplifted, a part of that is education. Because I guarantee you, a lot of those engineers probably had, like, you know, considering, you know, SSR probably government sponsored and government sanctioned, you know, like, programs and maybe, like, you know, work, like working, you know, like, work schools, like trade schools and shit, where pretty much it was like a very easy step to get you, you know, into a really decent job like that. If not, you'd probably, you know, not have something as respectable, so to speak. So obviously there were still fucking flaws and shit, and there was a hierarchical system nonetheless. But I mean, when it came to a lot of, you know, different jobs, there was at least a lot more accessibility to them. I mean, depending on where you were, I guess, too. And also, at the same time, there's a lot more of an ability to actually kind of live a little bit and actually, you know, be uplifted to a certain extent. Like, a lot of the problems about the USSR didn't really come about until more near towards its downfall. But, like, for its more, like, first half of its life, I mean, not really as much. I mean, especially after World War II, they saw a lot of prosperity after that, because everyone was like, yeah, we won, fuck Nazis, we killed them, you know, because everyone's all, like, hippy-skippy about that and shit, you know? So, I mean, yeah, like, for a while there, like, everyone was kind of, like, all, like, happy and, like, pig and shit, basically. So, I mean, there was a period of time where things were actually, in the USSR, not bad. It had flaws, obviously, still. I ain't gonna, you know, I mean, considering Stalin, too. You know, he existed. But, I mean, nonetheless, there was still at least this sense of, like, hey, you know, we're actually respected as a fucking people, and our government actually is, like, looking out for us. And we won a war. It's the truth. Yeah, it just is. I mean, that's why, especially Russia today, I mean, when you look at a lot of their industry and commerce and shit, like, honestly, the only thing that I really know of when it comes to Russian companies is either fossil fuels or guns. Because there's Russian gun manufacturers that will still produce aftermarket parts and stuff like that. And honestly, some of them are pretty fucking good. Like, Zeneco is one example of that. And they make some pretty, like, spanking ass, like, quality fucking parts and shit. And, like, rigs and different little mounts and shit. And sights and stuff. Like, so, I mean, it's like, I mean, give and take, but I mean, I guess it shows what they still respect, you know, so to speak, when it comes to, you know, what industries, you know, are benefactory to the state. Basically, oil and guns. Curious, kind of like America. There are many countries on their side of the curve in the help of sourcing labor and raw materials, as they fell like Poland, Romania, Yugoslavia, and finally USSR. Yep. Well, Yugoslavia wasn't really a part of the USSR. They were kind of a separate thing. Got hard to sustain the system. Yeah. On top of that, you know, once there was more rebellions, especially for their more buffer states like Hungary, East Germany, etc. I don't know. Oh, wait. Yeah, hold on. I might have... There are many countries on their side of current to help with sourcing labor raw materials. Let's consider, yes. Well, I mean, like, Yugoslavia wasn't exactly, like, a part of the Warsaw Pact or super buddy-buddy with the USSR. Like, Tito wasn't exactly the biggest fan of Stalin, and there was kind of a little bit of rift between them. So, and ever since then, they were kind of, like, while obviously still two, like, different communist states and shit, you know, it will still interact with each other, you know, didn't have as much of a close relationship in comparison to the rest of the Warsaw Pact and shit. You get my point? Yeah, I mean, obviously I do. I just saw Yugoslavia in there, I'm like, well, I mean, that one not as much, but yes, I see your point. Laos, North Korea, Cuba, yeah. He's knocked out. Once they broke up, they became totally different. Yeah. Well, other countries like Germany just basically unified, came back together, just like, hey, let's be buddies again. Let's not have this big wall, you know, separating a city. Here, hold on. Some of the lowest religiosity, high status populations, some of the best civil rights laws in the world. Czech Republic, yeah. I mean, honestly, nowadays, like, Czech Republic would be pretty chill to, you know, be at. You know, honestly, you know, I should see if I can, you know, see how much it would be to, like, go there and stay there for a little bit, for like a week or two, visit and shit. That'd be pretty dope. Their women's do. Honestly, just the women over there are just... Czech Republic. One of my friends went there before the pandemic, to Prague. Oh, nice. Prague is a fucking rich-ass history. Like, the 30 Years' War from 1618 to 1648 actually started in Prague, and then it ended in Prague. Funny enough. It's actually a pretty, like, and that's just like one part of its history, but like Prague in general is like a very, very historical town. Well, not town, it's just a big city now at this point. Great architecture. Oh yeah, a lot of it, it's really, really, really old. And that's what I really love about it. It's just like how, like, old and yeah, it's still standing, and all they kind of did is just kind of revamp some of the shit a little bit, and it's all good. It's like, damn. Love that shit. Also, I remember when I was in Iceland, even just like leaving it, and coming in at the airport, where all the different, you know, people were at and shit, you know, coming and going, hustling, bustling, and it's just like, just the different people from like all walks of life at all different parts of the world and shit. Like, I remember straight up, like, these two very tall French African women speaking French that were walking by, and I was just like, oh my god, that is so awesome. I was just like, damn, that is so awesome. And not just awesome, but also a little sexy though, I'm not even gonna lie. I was just like, damn. That's my work every day. My friend wants to go there with me at some point. Or was when everyone went in. Dude, one of these days I would definitely just like, would love to do like a mainland, like, hitchhiker's tour of Europe, honestly. Like, start, I don't know, like somewhere maybe like France or some shit. And then just kind of like cut through Belgium, Amsterdam, go for the Netherlands and shit. Then like, you know, go through Germany and just kind of go for the different little cities and like kind of cut through to like, you know, Austria, then the Czech Republic and shit. You know, just kind of do that type of shit and just kind of like, you know, see what it's all about. To see all these different little places, just spend like a month or two. You know, spend like a day or two in each little city and shit. That'd be fucking dope. But I need a lot of fucking money to do that. Seen what worked with had people from Pakistan, Kenya, China, Taiwan, USA, and India. Cool. Diverse crowd of people. I think the only double up is 2 USA folks. That dog gets knocked the fuck out. That's to be expected, we're in the USA. Well, yeah. But we can't have that. They're gonna be destroying our goddamn fabric of society. I tell you what. You can't have none of that bullshit. It's a bunch of bullshit, I tell you what. And God damn it, you just can't have none of this. You gotta speak American. Gotta speak American, gotta be born here. And I don't want none of the garbage about, you know, just a bunch of women ass sons of bitches that, you know, come from goddamn Pluto or whatever the hell, and just fucking just tightening up this bullshit and just saying random bum bullshit I just can't even understand. Can't accept that. Can't accept that, I tell you what. What was it? The squirrels are literally running at me now over frisbee golf grass. All I have to do is make some kissy noises and they come running. I was afraid they were gonna climb me. Must be the warmer weather. Oh my god. Yeah, I've noticed a few of the same ones that kind of come by occasionally. I actually haven't been feeding them that much. I mean, I still do, but not as much. So I need to kind of get back up on my game, especially now it's starting to get back into season. Oh goddamn. Schools aren't really, like, as friendly with me yet. I think, honestly, a lot of it's just because of the environment I'm in. I have a cat and a dog. My friends sometimes and shit. Like, I don't think there's going to be a true possibility for that to be the case. I mean, unless it's just me, but, I mean, I think they know at least I'm chill enough and friendly. I think if you had Zukov when you were feeding the fellows from the window. Yeah, I mean, I've fed the squirrels will still be around when Zukov's around. And I know they've noticed him, and they've seen him. And I don't know how they necessarily feel about him. I doubt exactly really that great. Imagine they're not exactly the biggest fans of him.
Flexing. One time with Marshall. Let's go. I don't know any way to go but hard. I don't know how to pay my credit card.
His damn noises. I don't even understand it. It's like, he just literally went... It's like, what is that? I want to go to a bunch of European cities one of these decades. Prague, Budapest, Patty, Brussels, Berlin, Copenhagen. Ingestion. Man, he's just totally asleep. Hey, I'm just trying to keep the soccer down and hopping in Woodman and looking for skins. Yeah, after the Queens say I got friends. Yeah, whoa, we're going to use the capital pens. Yeah, we're the friends who come to the end. Hey. Honestly, I definitely would love to visit like Brussels, Budapest, Patty, Prague, Berlin, Munich, Copenhagen, Stockholm. What else? I'd like to visit Reykjavik again for sure. I don't know if I want to do London or maybe like somewhere else in England, because London feels low-key a tad bit overrated. Bratislava, Tallinn, Stockholm, too many, lol. Yeah, honestly though, yeah, I mean, all in all, there is really too many. Honestly, that's a little fucked up. My mom went to London twice, and I didn't even get to go once. I want to do London also. I mean, I do too. What else? Oh, Helsinki. I mean, once, like, shit cools down with, like, you know, Russia and shit, you know, I'd like to actually visit St. Petersburg and, what's that? Volgograd. Just for, like, the museums and shit like that, primarily. But, again, gonna wait for shit to cool down. But honestly, by that point, like, I mean, it'd probably be different. You know, it's like, by the time, you know, like, I got the money to consider shit like this, you know, it'd be different. Just a single country like Germany would take forever. Leipzig, Dusseldorf, Munich, Berlin, Hanover, Dresden, Frankfurt, Cologne, Hamburg, Stuttgart. I mean, damn, yeah. I also know there's actually, like, this museum / like, interactive little thing that you can take part of, where you can be, like, in an East German barracks in Berlin. And so Berlin, honestly, I could probably spend a weekend and, you know, still not, you know, finish everything I probably want to do. Definitely not going to be Russia if units in power. I doubt it's even legal for Americans to travel to Russia. Well, I mean, we're hypothetically saying, like, you know, within a decade or two, and who knows what the fuck's going on by that point. I mean, I'd at least wait for shit to cool the fuck down, you know, and be like, alright, you know, shit's gonna be chill, but I highly doubt things are gonna be, like, ranked the fuck up so bad like it is right now by that point, but, I mean, who fucking knows? Not anymore. Well, yeah. Not really because Russia won't let me in, it's because America won't let me go there. I mean, I can't even buy shit from there. Like, there's like, different Etsy shops of, you know, just, like, some different people that sell stuff, and they happen to live in Russia and shit. So it's, like, there's some stuff that potentially, you know, or hypothetically I could buy, but it's, like, I literally can't. It's like, nope, you're not allowed. It's like, fuck. It's making me half tempted to be like, could there be like a middleman that we can use? Like, could we send this to Venezuela and then to another duck from Russia? Well, honestly, I'm gonna like, maybe he can hit up their manufacturer, be like, hey, I'm from America, but I really want this. Is there a way to potentially ship this to this country and have that country ship it to, you know, here? Like, you know, because honestly, think about it, like, you know, countries like Venezuela or Cuba and shit like that, like, we don't, like, have, you know, fucking, well, Cuba a little bit, but, I mean, when it comes to just basic, you know, like, hey, we're shipping, like, well, a duck thing, that would be expensive. That'd be so expensive that it wouldn't be worth it. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, unless they're like, we understand, we will give you hookup. Venezuela has sanctions. Well, man, fuck the concept of nation states. And the bullshit it creates. It'll have to be a neutral country that doesn't have sanctions. Costa Rica?
It's only just begun.
Switzerland? I don't know, man.
Ready your ordnance. I'm about to storm in different.
Well, they couldn't because literally there's basically a wall of like you're not crossing, you know, to get to Switzerland, so that wouldn't work. Fuck. You'll be able to visit that part of the world within your lifetime. Well, yeah. Well, I know. Honestly, I like to visit Vladivostok as well, thinking about it, where it comes to being in the east, you know, with Eastern Russia. So. But that, I guess, isn't really Europe, but whatever. I mean, it's in a European country. Vladivostok? Yeah. Which is, again, not in the West, that's in, like, yeah, that's like, well, it's closer to me, technically. Well, to us. At least, to Mornax, Rip, and I. But, I mean... I'm just thinking about different cities, you know, that would, be possible to visit, you know, at some point. Obviously not anytime soon. Ooh, I'd like to visit, Catalonia, Barcelona, ooh, Lisbon would be pretty cool. Check out. What else? This is I mean, yeah, I'm thinking about it. There really is too many. And all I know is that if I do visit there, and, you know, like I did Iceland, I just bask in the embracement of superior infrastructure, superior, you know, outlook on how their society ought to be and shit, despite, you know, their flaws even. He is knocked the fuck out. And it's so adorable. Just so damn adorable. What? Here. We'll do something for that good old Gru looking motherfucker.
How about y'all go lean on some bitches, man? 5'7", I'ma send your ass to heaven. I'ma teach your ass a lesson. Houston, Texas, now you should be rushing to some bitches. Rushing to some paper, I'ma wash you like the dishes. Got 5'7", I'ma send your ass to heaven. I'ma teach your ass a lesson. Houston, Texas, now I'm repping, man.
Oh, Monax, I don't know if you've seen it yet, but there's a picture that my friend got of my friend got a picture of Zukov that honestly, he literally just looks like a head with a tail. See your picture in your way.
Shoot you in your brain. I let my chain hang to the 7th rank. Phone always ring. I don't give a dang. Never late. Great.
He literally looks like just a floating head. He's like, I am Zukov, floating head with tail. How may I serve you?
5'7", I'ma send your ass to heaven. I'ma teach your ass a lesson. Houston, Texas, now I'm repping, man. You
Russian, you should be rushing to some bitches. Rushing to some paper, I'ma wash it like the dishes. How does this secession even work in Russia? Like, if Putin were to go away of the flying dildo, who would assume power? Base photo. I mean, he literally looks like a floating head. You grew from Despicable Me. They like to say that Jesus and cheese. Say I've baked it from 2003. We put it like feast. I'm so high, I can speak Ukrainian. These drugs going straight to my cranium.
You know I'm smoking on that vibranium. Hang shrill, I could sell out a stadium.
Would there be a fake election of candidate favored by this house should win? Well, if it's with Putin's current state and government, yes. I mean, if there's a lot of these fractional breakaway states, at least, you know, whichever state, you know, Putin's state happens to... Oh my god. Getting metastatal. Where it's just like you have, you know, these different fucking, little fraction states. I mean, probably not as likely, but I don't know. I mean, if Russia were to break up, that definitely, you know, it's honestly something I didn't even really think about, but it's definitely very fucking possible. It's a bigger fucking hunk of landmass that they control. I mean, we in America, we talk about how we could be broken up, but honestly, I mean, fucking Russia, like, I mean, they could be broken up probably a lot more, you know, differently than we could, in more ways. Who would assume power? I mean, unless the people, like, basically celebrate and venerate and be like, this is our opportunity to try to maybe get out of that grip, I mean, I don't know. So, I mean, probably, you know, somebody within Putin's, like, inner circle, I'd assume.
I'm so hot, I can speak Swahili. Cruising down your block, on my chop doing wheelies. Smoking on this gas got me feeling real silly. I can speak Spanish, so I'm going to Chile. God damn, G, let me slam on your slam piece. Off the jiggers from taking too many weed candies. I've been smoking on this cracky. Need to take a nap.
The Russian Federal Assembly take a more proactive lead. I mean, I think that's also possible. I mean, a lot of their establishments not looking at Putin too kindly at this point. So, I mean, it's very possible that I think at this point that, you know, there could be, you know, a more proactive approach by their establishment to maybe be at least a little bit more tame. But, I mean, I don't know. Putin's power controls assembly, though. See, well, I mean... Well, I think it could be a possibility. I don't fucking know. Like, I mean, I honestly don't know enough about, like, their, like, how their politics, you know, work so much outside of, like, basically Putin and his mafia own it. I mean, so, like, there is at least some of that ignorance on my, you know, on my part, but, I don't know. I mean... I would just assume that, like, you know, if it's, you know, within Putin's inner circle, they would probably just take, you know, like I said, probably just a legit, more tame approach, you know, with this, you know, with the geopolitical posturing and their, you know, power grab game and shit. Where, in their mind, they're probably thinking, if we at least try to, you know, play ball a little bit, you know, maybe we can, you know, have a better outcome instead of just being like, no. Constantly, but I don't, again, I mean, I don't know what's going on for their heads, and I really highly doubt that. So they will upgrade from W to Obama, basically. Which isn't really that much of an upgrade. But, hey. Maybe for like the first year or two, it might, but I mean, at that point, I kind of doubt it. I mean, just kind of thinking about the whole idea of, you know, it breaking away. Like, I kind of, you know, because I know, like, if, I mean, I wonder what, like, the Eastern Russian states would look like, honestly. Like, because I know Vladivostok would, if, like, you know, a lot of, like, the Far East were to break up, you know, out of Russia, like, I imagine Vladivostok would probably be the capital of whatever that state would be. I guess depending, you know, how many different little fracture states, you know, come out of that. Whether it's, like, 1, like, 2, 4, or however many. I imagine it'd probably be, like, some sort of, like, state that has, like, Siberia and then, like, you know, the surrounding regions and shit or something. But, I don't know. Siberia is also not exactly that populous. Or populated, I should say. I'm a snazzy black man. We're gonna replace boots on the ground with drone strikes. Yay! It's just enhanced interrogation. Yeah, we've tortured some folks. We're gonna end Guantanamo Bay, even though we never did that. Yep, that's right. It's like, ew. It's like, just, ew. Gross. Just what we need. Corporatism, but with some weird-ass fucking, like, charismatic, like, snazziness. It's like, okay. Ooh.
Metro boom, Howard. Propane tanks got me hella bank. Now my diamonds looking rarer than my steak.
I'm gonna eat chicken tender.
Propane money, keep it in
Because I don't give a shit.
If you talking out your ass, I'll pop out with this 38.
I have a lot of tendies in here.
Now my diamonds looking rarer than my steak. Propane money, keep it.
Oh yeah, hella tendies.
Talking out your ass, I'll pop out with this 38.
Bitches Dale, I belong in jail. Measuring this coke on the triple beam scale. I don't use a triple beam, only measure by the kilo. One clip, 12 dead, I ain't gotta reload. Motherfuckers like to treat me like a god, till I turn into a demon when I run up on your block. Goddamn. And I'm sipping on that lean, on that walk, till I'm tripping on shit, and I can't even walk. Man, goddamn.
Propane tanks got me hella bank. Now my diamonds looking rarer than my steak. Propane money, keep it in a safe. If you're talking out your ass, I'll pop out with this 38. Propane tanks got me hella bank. Now my diamonds looking rarer than my steak. Propane money, keep it in a safe. If you talking out your ass, I'll pop out with this 38. Boom, Howard. Hey, fuck, man, talking about goddamn propane, man, top out with that gun, man, go pew, 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 pew. That's your fucking brain, man. Shotgun, go,
No.
man, you know what I'm saying? Bang, bang, bang.
I love Boom Howard.
Man, talking about goddamn Boom Howard, Metro Boom Howard. What the fuck was that? Man, let me show you how it's done. Propane tanks got me hella bank. Now
my diamonds looking rarer than my steak.
Propane money, keep it in a safe. If you talking out your ass, I'll pop out.
Oh, so cool. Sweet little sleepy baby. Mm.
I keep that thing on me.
If there's some good news today on our system, actually.
Be selling propane and now they
Huh?
try to
What system?
pretend to be broke, but I got hella cash. If you use charcoal, I'ma kick your ass.
That means money from propane, bitch. Leave a Pablo Escobar right on us, sell cocaine, bitch.
Shot that fella cause he didn't make his payments. Fuck with me, I keep a rocket launcher in my basement. Made this money from propane, bitch. I feel like Pablo Escobar, but I don't sell cocaine, bitch. Shot that fella cause he didn't make his payments. Fuck with me, I keep a rocket launcher in my basement. Oh man, goddamn, I caught Bobby jacking off. Zero ain't no cop. Big
You got that off, laser, that's my dog.
Peggy got that wet.
Oh my god, whoa.
Tech deck. Yeah, I run my set. I'm running up them checks. If you using charcoal, that's a red dot at your head.
Yeah, I mean, you just basically removed his tail.
Bitch, I'm off the meds. We be smoking loud.
Whoa.
Smoking on meds.
Okay, that's a little disturbing almost. That looks like some shit you see out of Revelations.
Money from propane, bitch. I feel like Pablo Escobar.
Bruh.
But I don't sell cocaine, bitch.
Dude, this one looks like some shit out of Revelations.
Fuck with me, I keep a rocket launcher in my basement.
What the fuck, bro?
Made this money from propane.
Jesus. You made a demon. I mean, I guess he already is a demon.
Bitch. Shot that fella 'cause he did.
Then you got this one. This one just looks like he's more...
Fuck with me,
He just looks fatter, but without the tail. He just kind of looks like how he was. Just more chunkier. Looks like a wide boy. Just a wide ball, dude. This is like a big old ball. What a goofy little fuck. Little wide ball. He became his true form in that very moment. It just became a perfect ball. Ooh. Spicy tendy. Give me a little bit of that Schweppes.
Bobby mow the grass now. Get up off your ass now. I sip too much codeine now. I think I'm about to pass out. Bobby, take the trash out. I'ma take the Mac out. I know y'all some rats. Boy, you belong in the lab now. Bobby, I will not pay your tuition if you
Double horns. I know, dude.
I've been sipping. I've been wishing you would get some bitches.
Looks like some shit out of Revelations.
Yeah, you always in the kitchen. You'll be stricken when I hide the chicken behind a couple digits. You better listen, leave you in severe condition. I say shit on these witches, and I'm all about the business. I'm just pimping, leave you.
I'm definitely gonna have to share that to my friends.
I used to sell
Back here, I'll do that real quick.
Bobby mow the grass now. Get up off your ass now. I sip too much codeine now. I think I'm about to pass out.
So come get your ass out.
I'ma take the
Come on, Zooks. Take trash out.
Boy, you belong in the lab now.
I don't want to, I don't want
Boy,
to.
you
Dad, I don't wanna mow the grass, don't wanna take the trash.
I'll kick your ass.
No smoking won't run, it's 20 gram. Don't in the cut. I go nuts. I don't want to, I don't want to. Dad, I don't want to, I don't want to. Dad, I don't want to, I don't want to. Dad,
Bobby, Bobby, mow the grass now. Get up off your ass now. I sip too much codeine now. I think I'm about to pass out. Bobby, take the trash out. I'ma take the
Make a white ball boy and a Revelations demon. Because his head looks like insanely thin, and like his tongue looks like just, I don't even know. Like some sort of weird, like, acidic gel that like is gonna like droop on you or some shit. And like some weird ass like spore ears for that his tail is just fucking that are gonna like like inject yourself into your ears and like impregnate you with like its weird ass like demon spores and just murk it right then and there. It's like, you definitely don't need that shit. Definitely don't need that in your life. That sounds like a bad time. I mean, definitely a very bad time. But, yeah. It's just because he is truly, deep down inside, a little demon. He's just a little demon. All you did was just release his true form. You little demon. You're just a little demon. What you doing there, you little demon? Little demon boy. Let the crowd talk about timing. Huh? Oh, the latest Mr. Strap Children's Crusade. What is it? Hello, I'm a child. And you can be too. Hi, I'm a child. Get politicians to listen by impersonating a child. Oh my lord. Oh, this is dope. So... I'm trying to see how, like, the live stream thing works. To tug out their hearts. Definitely sounds like a good idea. You know what? I'm definitely gonna have to check this out. Dope. And based. As some people may say. Based, my dude. My guy, based. Normally, the compliment that bag will get his attention, but it's kind of sleepy. No, I see his eyeballs moving. So you are awake. What you been dreaming about, little baby? I know you've been a dreamy little baby. This St. Mark the 46th anniversary of the release of the animated short, I'm Just a Bill. Oh, nice. That's pretty cool. That might be what they were aiming for. Oh, yeah. That does make sense. Because that's definitely something that, you know, kids all the time and all over the place, you know, we're all down, you know, to, like, get taught and shit. I remember seeing that at least, like, a couple times. There we go. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. You see something? You're staring. What are you staring at? What's up, baby? Hey, baby. Hey, what's up, you little sleepy boy? Like a chicken finger or a donut. It was a chicken tendy. With honey mustard. Well, I actually have it over here. The honey mustard's right there. But chicken tendies, though, I have them over there. And, definitely some good shit. What you hearing, baby? What you hearing, little baby? Oh, look at you. I think this little handsome little dork. That's just a sweet little thing. Where's your other foot? It's morphed. It's like morphed into your chest. Hey, baby. You sweet little thing. What you hearing? Zhukov. Zhukov. You sweet baby. Oh my goodness. You so sweet. You look so sleepy. Oh, you just look so sleepy. You just look like it's a sleepy boy. Aww. Just aww. Was this joke about me computing some of my supercomputer by some financial link to that system? Yeah, I saw the link to that from earlier. Where you going, baby? What you doing? Here, let me see what it was. More should try simulating on the supercomputer. Oh, from what? Oh, for like what would happen, shit. For the great glory of America, we will do all the sciences with it. Tiny testbed already crushes Oak Ridge's past supercomputers. Damn. I think it's on a Winco run, so you should be, you know, back in not too long. But my goodness. Was that Winco a checkout? Look, you're actually like still, oh my god. At checkout. Link Mao. But Kosher is essentially a miniature version of Frontier. The Kosh's first SScale supercomputer expected to come online in the second half of 2022. To rev fast the super. How to use that wording? I know, dude. Now undoubtedly become one of the world's fastest supercomputers, easily surpassing Japan's 442 petaflop Fugaku, which is the current #1 spot. Sisters next platform for last year, trying to quietly beat US in the exascale punch. Only about 2 systems that reached a peak of 1.3 exaflops. Exaflops? When you consider it is 1.5 cabinet version of the 100 plus cabinet Frontier version. Yeah, those red links stuck in the middle of the article cracked me out. Silly British phrasing, like what, it was boffinry. Wait, where does it say that? Wait. Hey, US taxpayers, filed your taxes? Good. 500 million of it is going to Intel Cray S-scale boffinry supercomputer. What the fuck? What is that? Boffinry? Yes. It's like, what does that even mean? What the fuck? Those red links. Wait, what? I have aid into myself. I bought mango, but not the mango. There was a Corona mango that I was like, well, fucking had to try. Oh, so you'll try those mango alcoholic beverages, but you won't try the mango cart alcoholic beverage. Wow. Let's see what loyalties you have now. Never had the mango cart before and hate it. I'm gonna pressure you. I'm literally gonna pressure you and make you do it. Bought it, Phoenix. You had a bad batch. And it's your fault for not understanding that it was a bad batch, and it was just an unfortunate, coincidence that that's what it was. And you have a second chance, in order to really, truly see if they really actually hate it. I have no idea. I mean, honestly, though, I am a little bit serious about the second try thing. It's like, come on, we all have second chances for things. We give second chances to people and shit. That's technically possible. See what I mean? Yeah. If you like mangoes and stuff, but hate that so damn much, but yet I drink it like it's goddamn water, then there must be something, then there must have been something up. Must have been something up there. Re-educated. You are being re-educated. If I thought we're done, we might be able to redeem your social credits. Your golden rule. Well, we'll just have to see. Honestly, it does look pretty. I think I've seen it. At least I've seen like a lime version. Maybe not a mango, but I have seen like a more like straight out like lime seltzer version of Corona. I'm just like, I kind of want to try it, but it's like seltzer though. It's like these breweries are starting to get a little out of hand with the goddamn seltzer. It's like, all right, it was cool when there's like a few of them around, but now like everyone, their goddamn grandmother is like doing hard seltzer. It's like, what is this? It's like, I think we could chill with the hard seltzer. If you can't do it right the first time, you're straight out. We don't have enough time for that. I mean, I'm just saying, it's like, it's just like a lot of it's like it's oversaturated. It's like I kind of know what's good at least, but there's like Bud Light seltzer, Corona seltzer. I mean, it's like there really is like a lot of different hard seltzers, and it's like, why? Why can't we just have like 4 or 5 different brands that have like all sorts of different, like, you know, fuck you flavors that are amazing? Intel's cheating on themselves with AMD CPUs in their supercomputer. Maybe they're licensed, I'm guessing. Where they have like a license to produce them. Booty squitch. Got that booty. Squitching that booty. Booty squitch. Booty 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 booty. Goofy thing. You goofy baby, look at you. So silly. Just so silly. Yeah. You wanna be up here? You wanna You lazy bones. You lazy bones. Oh, oh, doodle. Oh, you lazy doodle. Alright, that's something between HP and Cray, I think, and the Gov. And the Gub. Oh, doodle. Oh, sweet doodle. It's just a sweet old doodle. Oh. Or two, we'll have a crap ton of the HP slingshot cards to connect to the network. I like it they're all able to have like all this nice computer shit, but us plebs can barely get fucking chips for things. It's like, oh my god. It's just absurd, baby. Boo! What the hell? What the hell? What the hell, bro? Let me up here. You little jerk. What? Are you really eyeballing that? You were spoiled. You were spoiled today. Oh, don't give me that look. Don't give me that look. Oh, you baby. Sweet little thing. My goodness. Dang computers tell you what, I'm about guy in the morning, you know, the sciences, I ain't been pondering that, you know, be going on, what do you want about that something, man? You know, just to tell you what, man, you know, there's all the science and they do and stuff, and tell you what, man. Got, you know, dang on computers, and got, you know, things that go, and you got, you know, things that go like, you know, and you know, you got a little thing then on down all sorts of things, you know, about God, you know, I'll tell you what, you know, man, you got a little of a ponder and yeah. Brian should go rant about computers. Well, it's more Boomhauer, but yeah. I tell you what, Jack, what we need to do about these computers. Listen, Fat, these computers, you need to get off of them. We need to get off computers, you know? People need to go outside a little more, Jack. Listen, look, you know the thing. When the corn pop was out in the sun, and I was telling him with the razor blades, I was just like, "Hey, you need to get off that computer, Jack. You need to get off that damn machine." I tell you what, when corn pops and when they got out of that machine, I tell you what, Jack. When they got off those machines, they actually realized that, hey, there was a little more to life. They got out. Sat on my lap. Yes, Dale, he'll tell you the government's secretly trying to crack encryption of the specific system. Dale Gribble. I mean, it's not wrong in general, lol. I mean, yeah. Because every now and then, Dale Gribble can be pretty woke. Dale Gribble be woke. He knows things, man. And what's funny enough is that he's in a relationship with a news reporter. It's like, what? That's why I love King of the Hill. Such a good show. Also, there's a theory that Boomhauer is actually hypothetically still part of the Texas Rangers and is, you know, throughout the entire show basically just there to watch on Dale. Just to watch him, basically. Which I suppose is a possibility, and I think there could be some merit to the theory, but it's just like, I mean, I think it's, you know, seems more accurate that he's more of a retired, you know, Ranger more so than a real one. Man, this fucking weed I got has like so many fucking seeds. I've like picked out like 5 seeds just today alone. Just from like grinding it, like goddamn. Not really complaining, but it's just like, whoa, how many seeds are in this bitch? I mean, honestly, considering Boomhauer's age and just the age of the guys in general, so to speak, it makes more sense that he'd be retired anyway. And also, it's just like, what would be the whole like Harlem and women that he'll bring in a lot of times and shit? I mean, it's just like, I guess to try to like play in a little bit, but it seems like it'd be a little odd, you know, considering the people he's around, you know, hanging out with all the time. So, well, that's just how he legit is, which, well, he is. Also, the one that really probably is like the most, like that has like the least amount of like stuff, not just really in their life or going on in their life, is just Dale or Bill Dauterive. Why did I say Dale? But yeah, Bill, like, cause Bill Dauterive, like, he had this like thing with the service and shit, but then after that, I mean, it was really too much else. He's really just like a dude that doesn't really do anything. Secret Agent Jeffrey Dexter Boomhauer III. Dude, that'd be insane if, like, that's what it actually ends up becoming. I mean, honestly, it does make sense, you know, when it comes to that theory, you know, just because, like, honestly, like, it only really drops, like, at the last episode. Or at least former last episode, now that they're rebooting it. But, I mean, it's just like, at least in the last episode, it's implied that, yeah, he was a Ranger, or could still be a Ranger. But, I mean, all in all, it'd probably be more likely that he was a retired one. But, you know, the theory is still up, you know, for interpretation, I guess. Because there's been a bunch of times where the Gov has, you know, at least locally, has had their run-ins of Dale. And Dale's, you know, many times has either skirted legal accountability or has damn near close to being, like, you know, actually put in jail or in prison or some shit. Because there's been a couple times, or a few episodes I remember, he's been locked up and shit. But, you know, like, all in all, it just kind of shows that, like, he's definitely, you know, one of the more corkballs that has gotten the guys, you know, more so in trouble with that type of shit, more so than not. They're kind of cheap tasting. Aiden would be passed out in the goalie post because it's 8%, like 20 ounce. Damn. Well, so it's basically like a cheap, kind of semi-fruity, you know, drink that's, you know, at least good, but yeah, at least, you know, to what it does, it gets the job done. It's 24 ounce. Oh, a 24 ouncer. Well, yeah, I mean, it might be cheap, but hey, I mean, that's gonna get the job done. Fuck, if it's that, I'm probably gonna start buying those. Jesus. I'm actually gonna buy those and try it out. For goddamn. Boy, goddamn, Bobby. Be out here, you know, talking about how you like, you know, fucking lean on these 24 ounces. Why don't you go lean on some bitches? It's like 2 beers for under $4. The fuck, Rona? Dude, they're just like... Don't complain about it. You know what? They're like, hey, cheap alcohol gets you fucked pretty quick. You want it? Here. I mean, why not? You know, honestly. They're not really the first ones to do shit like that. I guess the question is the quality of it, because you're probably, depending on how quick you down that, and depending if you've had food or whatever the fuck, you're probably, like, I don't know. There could be some consequences, depending on, you know, how you treat yourself. No baby. YouTube channel Riddle has a random community post. What superpower would you have and why? Talking to animals, intangibility, super speed. Talking to animals just so I can literally just talk to Bandit and Zukov and other animals and kind of let them know, be like, yo, I'm chill, fam. It's all good. Maybe warn them of potential threats and what aren't threats and all that shit. That was super speed. Eh. Well, see, that's why I'll have you then. Be like, yo, you're on break from work, right? Yeah. Use your super speed to get over here real quick. Let's go have like a, you know, quick little night adventure. I know a spot. Or be like, yo, you're off, right? Be like, yeah, come down here, bro. Just like, boom, you're here. And then it's like, hey, if I need to get somewhere quick, I can just hop on top of you, and then, boom, there you go. Be like a little taxi. Oh, there's that. But for me, probably talking animals. Because honestly, imagine if, like, you know, there's like a predator, like a bear or some shit. I'm just like, I look at that bear, I'm like, yo, bear, understand this. It's only going to end 2 ways. And honestly, I think you'd prefer for the self-preservation of our life forces that we just go our separate ways. You know, reason with the bear. There could be, like, I can have, like, you know, means of diplomacy like no one else would be able to have. A big LGBTQ bear. Well, yeah, I mean, honestly, I can relate to the bear. Be like, hey, if it comes to find out that this bear that's a little hungry is also, like, you know, a part of the LGBT, you know, in the bear world, then it's just, well, not in the bear world that, you know, we normally know of, but in, like, the natural, you know, bear world that, you know, where they're out in the woods and stuff, you know, being bears. And it's just like, and it comes out, it's like, yeah, I'm a gay bear, but what does that have to do with anything? It's like, well, I'm bi. Like, I mean, you know, it's like, understand, like, we have, like, you know, commonalities. Like, I mean, hey, it's all good. Like, we don't have to, you know, resort to violence here. Like, there's other animals. In fact, I think I saw some deer that way. You know, yeah, it's like I definitely saw some tracks that looked like they were pretty fresh going out that way, you know, so it's like, you don't got to go after us food's that way. Like, it's all good, fam. It's like, alright, I shall go for deer. I shall track deer. like, bruh, there'd be some, like, diplomacy abilities that, with super speed, yeah, you might be able to, like, you know, yeet yourself away from that bear, and then you'll literally leave me alone. Which, yeah, would you want that on your conscience? But I guess then you were gonna come back at me, but like, well, you can negotiate it, so have fun. If negotiations go south, I ain't gonna be here for it. But what's intangibility, though? I saw that one in the middle, but is that like fucking... I guess, like... Oh, I guess, you know, in a way, like teleporting. Intangibility sounds pretty good when you need to get across from one place at work to another. Even better when you need to escape from fire in a building. Really kind of useful to get out of danger more easily. What? What? I just read another comment. Depends on how it works. Does gravity affect you? If yes, you'll just plummet through the planet core. If no, you'll be 210 kilometers away from your location in a second due to the movement of Earth through the universe. What? The fuck? I have more questions than answers with this intangibility shit. Like, what the fuck? Is it like where you morph yourself out of like the dimensions or some shit? I don't even know. What? Okay. That's why I didn't even consider it, because I'm like, what the fuck is that even? And now I'm trying to like look at some of it and I'm just like, huh? More questions than answers with that. Me no understand science. Or at least that particular science. Technically, that would work to escape the bears. Intangibility? Well, that doesn't help with the answers on what the fuck that is. I've still yet to find out. Wait, what the fuck? Helicopter plus plane equals... What in the hell? What the fuck is this? This is some Photoshop, isn't it? Oh my god. What the fuck? Yeah, this is some Photoshop. What in the fuck? There's no way this would fly. I actually know what it's Photoshop of. It's a Hind helicopter. I think an Mi-8. And then it's also a Antilofa and... I forgot what it is, but it's a single prop... It's a single turboprop biplane. Hence the two wings there. Helicane. I mean, well, a helicopter slash plane aircraft exists, but they don't exist like that. Like, oh my god. What the fuck? It's kind of funny how I could tell it's what the aircraft are, though, despite it. Actually, in here, I could probably see. Okay, someone literally said it was an SBD Dauntless, but that is literally not even close. So, yeah, no one guessed it. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, there we go. Thought for a second it disappeared. Like, I don't even know what I clicked, but all of a sudden, it looked like the camera screen just went. all black, and I was like, whoa. Where did my stream go? But nah, it's still there. Streamlabs, you're being glitchy. Don't do that. Stop being glitchy. Stop it. What's this? Joe Rogan calmly dismantles laughs at anti-gay guest. Oh, this is going to be interesting.
Had a comedian named Ali Sadiq on his podcast, and there was
Ali Sadiq, good to know. Good to know that someone's a jackass.
a moment. Now, I didn't watch the whole thing. I just watched the clip that was posted on Mediaite. That's the clip that you're about to see now.
Isn't Rogan bi?
I guess it.
No, Joe Rogan isn't bi.
It's.
Joe Rogan bi? Huh?
So if you guys listen to the podcast, put it in the comment section. My guess is that they, at some point the Dave Rubin thing came up, how Dave Rubin and his husband are adopting. No, I'm sorry, not adopting. They're having a kid, or is it 2 or 1? Either way, they're having a kid or kids.
It's Rick Dubin.
They're a gay married couple, and they're like paying a surrogate to have the baby or babies. And this led to a lot of people on the far right to melt down, and they compared it to slavery. They said it's immoral and unethical, and kids need a mother and a father, yada yada yada. So there's this big backlash. And I mean, Dave Rubin had cultivated a far right audience, so on the one hand, it's like, of course this was gonna happen. I think Dave naively, genuinely thought that the right was over any sort of anti-gay. It just wasn't the case. It just wasn't the case.
Literally, like half of Dave Rubin's audience literally hates him because he's gay.
Split. On the right,
just straight up.
And maybe it was better than it would have been 10 years ago, but still, there was a lot of deep resentment over what Rubin was doing. So Ali Sadiq starts commenting on this, and man, he says some terrible things. And
Ooh.
I think Joe handled this pretty well, because he calmly, dissects what he's saying and gives a counterpoint, which is a very powerful counterpoint, and then when Ali's not buying it, he just sort of laughs at him. So let's take a look.
Let's not use the word normal. And I'm going to use the word in a natural reproductive society. You want to send my son home to
natural reproductive society? Natural reproductive society. In a natural reproductive society, I tell you what now. Well, like that, just that in itself, in a vacuum, just that phrasing, natural reproductive, or like, what was it? Like, what was it even again?
Society. Natural.
Okay, yeah, like natural reproductive society, or whatever the fuck. Like, just that in a vacuum, just that as a phrase just sounds gross. Like, ew. Natural reproductive society. Like, ugh. Gross. No. Also, like, what is inherently, quote, natural about society when it comes to things like sexuality? Like, I mean, there's a lot of different fucking animals and shit that have obviously different, forms of sexual expression, just like we do. So it's just like, what makes, like, so it's just like by proxy, like, what makes one form of society in that way natural versus not, when that can be, like, observed in the natural world around us. Like, whether they're like penguins, canines, fucking like, different felines, from like lions to domestic cats, fucking different cattle, like different birds, lizards, like all sorts of animals. So it's just like, what, by that logic, it's so, oh my god, it's just beyond fucking dumb. I mean, oh boy, I'm this is gonna get spicy, isn't it?
Society. You want to
Diet.
send my son home to me, and you want me to fucking lie to him about what? Because my son don't understand. We have two.
Wait, what? Lie? Wait a minute. Wait, wait, what? You're telling me I have to just sit in front of my son and lie to him? It's like, about what? Wait. Now I'm confused. Wait, like a lie? Wait. Okay, you know what? I already know. I already get it. Like, he thinks that, like, you know, whatever's outside of the, quote, natural reproductive society, or what he really wants to say, normal, what he considers normal, is not, like, not, like, you know, good or, you know, necessarily, you know, something that is, you know, valuable or, you know, is something that has merit when it comes to certain aspects of shit. It's, you know, deemed, you know, of a lesser thing when it comes to what he, in his idea of society. Essentially of a lesser class, so to speak. Carry on. So, I'm wondering, I wonder if I'm actually going to be true about that. Let's see.
It's both boy dogs. There's no.
Oh, don't tell me he's about. Oh, wow. Okay. Is he really about to? Oh, I already know what he's about to do. It's like, so you have in, like, you know, in this little area, you have 2 male dogs. In this area, you have a male and a female dog. You know, those 2 male dogs, you know, they don't make puppies, but the male and the female dog, they make puppies. Thus, you know, sexuality is, you know, blah, 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 blah. It's like, honestly, like, that's still bullshit. Like, I already know where the fuck he's going with this and it's bullshit right off the bat. I already know. Because, like I was saying from earlier, like, there's different animals that express homo and bisexuality, and canines are no exception. Like, yeah, honestly, deadass, you're probably gonna see those 2 dogs fuck. Like, you know, those 2 male dogs try to fuck each other. You know, it might be, you know, due to different reasons, but they will do it. I mean, so it's just like, what is this shit? Like, no, like, I already know what you're about to fucking do. What was it, Ali Salik or whatever? You actual unironic dumbass. Like, I mean, I ain't just, like, you are an actual fucking dumbass. Like, a dumbified, like, mega jackass. Like, seriously, like, oh my god. Like, this is why education is just so fucking important, because this is where it's failed. I mean, so badly. Reminds me of the infamous 2 raccoons having sex. Do I even want to know? I probably don't. I probably don't. Oh my god. But, yeah, I mean, it's just like, it's absurd. Like, this idea that, oh, well, you know, you don't see these 2 animals, you know, like this, you know, where they're like 2 male animals, you know, having babies. So it's like, yeah, because there's no eggs for fertilization for when it comes to reproduction. But the sexual act and their, you know, sexual expression is still fucking, well, fucking there. It's no pun intended. Like, they're still doing it. I mean, it's like, it doesn't take that away. Like, I mean, it's like, it's like, oh, jerk off about somewhere else, you weird fucking Puritan.
It came out, there's no fucking other dog out there that came from them 2. It's 2. But over here, there's a female cane corso and there's a male cane corso. They had puppies. What do you want me to say to my son? What do you want me to say to my son? Do you want me to...
I don't fucking know. Oh my god, like, he's thinking this is like some moral dilemma or some shit. Like, this, like, what should I say to my... It's like pretty much like the biggest, like, drop is like, oh shit, you actually are, you know, about to, like, die within 6 months, and, you know, and you have to fucking, like, you know, put your wheels in and blah 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 because you have like some terminal illness that we've just discovered or something. Like it's like he's trying to like make it like it's some existential crisis shit. Like, oh my God, it's like how do I tell my son that that there's people that are out there that are trying to have kids, and yet the natural order of things says otherwise. Which also is bullshit. Like, there's species of lizards that are all one just sex and gender. Like, there's lizards out there that are, as species, are all female. And then there's, like, birds that straight up have, like, multiple sexes as well, depending on the species of bird. So it's just, like, this idea that it's all just some strict binary, even in nature, is fundamentally bullshit. Just on the face of it. I mean, just on the fact that there's, like, different single-cell life and different, even, like, more smaller micro-life, from things like Hydra to, different things like worms and insects and shit. Like, there's all sorts of different animals and different life, on this planet that show that it's not strictly all just, like, male, female. It's fundamentally more complex than that type of shit. But of course, these weird-ass Puritans don't want to fucking understand science, or just were never taught it in the first place, so they are just like, I don't know, man, what do I say? I don't know, it's not right, it's not what I was taught, so I'm just gonna keep pushing more Puritanism, man. Fucking little, like, homophobic bitch, like, it's scared then. It's like, what? I mean, honestly, fundamentally, whatever you're telling your kid now is lying to him. Like, whatever you're telling your son now is a bunch of fucking lies. So you're saying, oh, you want me to lie to your son? It's like, you're doing it now, bitch. You literally are doing that right now.
Make sense of your shit, or you want me to tell him the truth? Because he's going to get the truth.
You have two guys and they have a kid. You could say they adopted the kid. They're married and they adopted a kid. You could say they hired a lady to have their kid. I have
surrogate mother.
Neighbors that know why in the fuck does two men live in the house together with a kid?
Because they happen to be two men that love each other and wanted to have a child, so they probably adopted or had a surrogate mother to, have for the child. Like, I don't know, Joe Rogan literally just basically in the most normalist of way just explained it. Oh my God, look at his bug eyes. Like, he's about to fucking, like, he just heard that and he was like, what? You fucking think that's what I tell my brain don't work. Like, his eyes are bugging out, bro. Like, Jesus. Like, he actually cannot comprehend this. Someone with a micro penis just drove by. Someone with a micro penis happens to be on screen. And I'm thinking it's, that guy right there. At least has a mentality of it. I like how Joe's laughing at him, but then he has this look of like, motherfucker, you laughing at me? And it's like, yeah, you are being laughed at because you're a fucking idiot.
You cannot explain this to this boy.
You can't explain gay.
Yeah, you can, you dipshit. You unironic fucking, grade A dipshittic amoeba. Bet that guy drives a huge-ass truck. Yeah, probably.
Now I gotta explain that this is not the way this shit goes. And it don't make sense to his goddamn 48-year-old father. Like, either. If I decide...
Because you're probably an idiot.
Women not in the cards for me. That's not what I want. Then I should forfeit the right to try to have a fucking kid, too. Because you're not doing the steps to take to make it.
Says who, you fucking moron? Like, literally says who, you homophobic bitch. Like, oh, being with a woman ain't in the cards for me, so I'm gonna forfeit the ability to have a child. It's like, says who? Fuck you. Like, says nobody. Maybe, that's up to the decision of that fucking person. Like, if a gay, or at least the people, like, if a gay couple wants to have a child, that's up to their fucking discretion. Not every gay couple wants to, but there's some out there that do. And, that's, again, their choice. So, says who, bitch? You? fuck you. Like, who's gonna look at you and take you seriously, bro? Like, oh my god.
Think that
You
if
put them in a
someone's
precarious
gay,
situation.
they have a gay relationship, no kids.
No kids.
But what about if they adopt kids?
They shouldn't have kids. It's not. You're not.
Fuck you then. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, you homophobic little amoeba. Like, get over it, bitch. You sad little snowflake. Wah, wah. Like, I'm afraid that, you know, that gay couple might, you know, groom that kid or fucking, like, you know, do something to the kid or something. I don't know. Just, they shouldn't have it. Wah. It's like, fuck off, you sad little bitch. Like, and if anything, like, this type of shit does more harm to the fucking children, honestly, if you think about it, more so, really, than, like, even the, you know, gay couple in a lot of ways, because they're just denying that fucking child to actually have, like, a legitimately, like, more stable life for the rest of their fucking life. I mean, you know, at least when it comes to kind of the, you know, quantifying everything, like, the gay couple has already kind of got, you know, their shit going together. And at this point, they're trying to get a kid and everything. I mean, that they got their shit so good. Yeah, at least, you know, to the extent, you know, that they are able to, you know, stable, you know, in a stable relationship and also have a child. And they're just denying the fucking ability for that child to have that opportunity to be in that stability. So fuck this bitch. Fuck this, like, Ali Silly motherfucker. Like, I don't even know who he is. Like, I'm assuming probably, like, some comedian or some shit, but, like, I mean, if he happens to be kind of, like, progressive on, like, some issues or whatever the fuck, on, like, other stuff outside of this, I don't give a shit. Fuck you. Like, you're a little bitch. You're a puritanical little sad bitch boy who gets triggered over the fact that a gay couple, God fucking forbid, have a kid. Or that fucking kid is denied stability in their life, which can do wonders and do so much when it comes to ensuring that, you know, like, their adult life is more stable moving forward. Like, just insane. Just stupid.
You're not in a space.
I mean, it's just like, honestly, and these motherfuckers, guarantee you, are always about, like, think of the children. But honestly, it's just like, motherfucker, if you did, you would like, be, if anything, gung-ho to ensure that, like, you know, couples or, you know, people who want to be parents and shit, you know, have an ability, you know, to have a child, but want to go adopt, you know, instead of reproducing themselves, then there should be, like, you know, pathways and, you know, accessibility more so, you know, if anything, you know, for that type of shit. Not, like, you know, restricting it. Like, what, you think, you know, fucking restricting it is gonna do anything for the kids, you little fucking homophobic bitch? Get fucking bent.
Somebody up. You want to put somebody in a position to be fucked up. It's like getting a dog, but not having no fucking place for the dog to be.
What? What type of analogy is that? It's like having a place for a dog without a, you know, an actual, like, spot for the dog to be in? What, you mean, like, somebody who has, like, basically a cubicle for a house or something, and they have, like, a gigantic, like, or maybe they have, like, a small studio apartment, and they have a gigantic ass, like, energetic fucking, like, border collie or some shit like that needs to be, like, ran, like, 2 miles a day or some shit. I mean, but, like, and even then, that's manageable, and that could be, you know, adjustable, and there's ways to adapt to that type of shit. And also, same thing can be done for fucking, you know, kids who might be in a, you know, household that has 2 fathers or 2 mothers. Like, yeah, there might be, you know, a few little, like, slight, you know, like, adaptations and adjustments, you know, to some things, but at the end of the day, who gives a fuck? At least they're, you know, in a stable house and shit. Like, for Zukov, for example. Like, if he wants to be that much of a dumb prick, you know, to use dogs as a fucking analogy. Which is pretty much equating people like me as dogs, so he can really go fuck himself. It's like, especially for that shit. So it's just like, I mean, yeah, fuck you. You know, like, I mean, you know, but even for Zukov, it's like, when I got him, it's like, you know, in places, you know, relatively stable, has some adjustments and shit, and he's still a happy little fucking ball of terroristic cocaine. A sweet little boy that I love so much, but nonetheless. Hey, little baby. Little Zukov, you sweet thing.
Opted.
But yeah, honestly, to my point when we were first initially starting this shit about like, oh, he's probably gonna have like, you know, ideas about treating them as lesser class citizens and denying them, and you know, a lot of different ideas about rights and shit like that. I was spot on. Curious. As it usually is with a lot of these puritanical fucking pawn scum motherfuckers.
Gay parents, you feel like automatically they're gonna get fucked up? They gonna be fucked up automatically. Really?
No, they're not. Oh my god. They're literally gonna be fucked up due to the fact that they're in an unstable fucking situation where they don't have an actual fucking like parents, you know, to like help, like allow them to grow up with and shit. You fucking actual psycho with your eyeballs bugging out. Like, what is this shit? You gotta house train them, you gotta run them, you gotta pick up after them, you're responsible when they fuck up. I mean, yeah.
You don't think that they can... I have a
But that's not really the point, though.
in California, and they had a surrogate raise their kid. They're two gay guys, and they mixed their sperm up, so they didn't know whose it was. And they hired a lady to get pregnant. And they shot it in there. And the first lady wanted to keep the baby. She's like, "Fuck it, I'm keeping the baby." And they had to let her keep the baby because it was inside of her body. She grew it, and she was so attached to the baby that by the time it was born, she did not want to give up the baby. Exactly. And then they hired another one, and then the second one gave up the baby. And the kid, I watched him grow up. He was my neighbor for probably 8 years, somewhere around there. I was friends with the gay couple, friends with the kid. Kid seemed fine. He seemed normal.
It's right at this point, like people judging all the far right have. Well, yeah. Meanwhile, that dude probably wants his priest to, quote, cleanse the kid. Oh, God, yeah. Ugh.
I'm by the house on a skateboard, hang out. He seemed like a normal kid. Hung out with my kid. He seemed okay to me. You don't think that's possible? You have a look on your face like there's no fucking way.
Oh my god, dude. He really does. He's looking at him like, I can't believe you told me this. Like, I actually, like, dude, I bet, like, Ali literally is looking at Joe Rogan like, I unironically think lesser of you because you interacted with a child who is so brainwashed and fucked up, or whatever the fuck he thinks. I guarantee fucking to you that's what he thinks. Like, he actually, like, literally, like, looks at Joe as a lesser being and shit. I mean, there's reasons, you know, to kind of, like, look down on Joe about and shit, but this is definitely not one of them. So, like, this is definitely one instance where Joe's legit dead-ass on the right. Well, not, like, well, you know what I mean. Like, he's actually, you know, like, on the good side on this fucking one. I mean, oh my god, I mean... Look at it, I just loved the way Joe's looking right now, though, I'm not even gonna lie, because he's just looking at this dude like, I can't believe that there's someone alive still to this day, and I'm talking with him that believes this shit, and actually use these arguments on me. Like, I mean, he's just like, oh my god, I mean, what a fucking moron, man. Again, I don't even know who the fuck he is, really, but at this point, definitely don't give a fuck now. He's a dipshit, like a sad little insecure, homophobic little bitch boy that gets all uptight and puritanical over the audacity for a gay couple to have a child, regardless of how that comes to be, whether it's adoption, surrogacy, or whatever. It's kind of sad when you get completely owned by Rogan, Lamau. I mean, honestly though, I think in a weird way, Joe Rogan is a good metric to show who's like legitimately like a real true fucking dumbass. Because honestly, Joe Rogan in a lot of ways is kind of an idiot. I mean, but also at the same time, like, he has had people who are either just as or even more fucking idiotic than he is. And because of that, like, the moments where he's actually legit smarter, will actually check the idiocy that is either just as or worse than his idiocy. So it was a moment where somebody's idiocy was fundamentally more worse than Rogan's idiocy. So it was just an easy, I mean, it really was just dead ass an easy slam fucking dunk, honestly. I mean, like, to me, I would have just mocked this bitch ass, like, straight up, like I am now, but, like, I would have just fucking face. Like, you're just being an insecure little bitch. Like, what? What do you want? Like, I guarantee you'd be like, what, you want to fight now or some shit? And it's like, no. I just think you're, like, if anything, that just proves the point. It's like, you're so scared that, like, someone who happens to be gay or maybe even bi that is in a same-sex relationship might have a child. It's like, the audacity, like, grow some balls, you little pansy bitch. Like, God. Like, for someone who talks about, like, fathership and all that type of stuff, you know, apparently, I guarantee you it's probably all about, like, the testosterone, masculine, like, fathership and all this bullshit. I mean, he's got, like, a pair of weak-ass fucking balls. It's like, I mean, aren't they supposed to be all manly down there? I can barely see them. Where are they? Were they supposed to be there? Rogan, you sure about that? I mean, well, there's a reason why he wouldn't do that to Joe Rogan, because Joe Rogan would probably literally clap him within a second. I'm saying if it was like me or some shit, but obviously I wouldn't be anywhere near the dude in the first place. Because why would I want to be in a situation where I happen to be in an area, in a location that's in the same place as him? Because I'm just assuming it's like some weird ass like Christian like neighborhood, like upper crusty area that's just like fucking, you know, got like, you know, where he's like going to the church and all this other shit. I'm just like imagining some weird like faux Americana style like suburbia that he's living in. And it's like, why in the fuck would I be there? Hell no. The only time I'm ever there is if I'm visiting some of my fucking family. Rogan's a former wrestler. Physically speaking, he would kick most people's asses. Yeah. Oh, definitely. And he still keeps himself in shape. I mean, I will give Joe Rogan that. Like, I mean, he's definitely, maybe not, like, healthy, so to speak, but he definitely keeps himself fit. Like, I mean, you know, he's definitely got some muscle still, and, you know, he's definitely done, you know, shit, I mean, overall, to make sure that stays, you know, maintained and stuff. So it's like, he might have some schlub, he might not be, you know, all healthy and shit, you know, as much as people, or at least himself especially, likes to claim. But, you know, he's not, like, unhealthy either, so to speak. He's kind of in the middle. Which I think most people are one way, shape, or form. They're just kind of in that middle. They're not like totally healthy, but also not like totally unhealthy. Like I at least for me, I kind of like to think of myself around that, kind of like around that middle. It's definitely times where I go the unhealthy route, but other ways where I'm like, all right, you know, I want to make sure I have some of the good stuff in me. Try to at least, you know, balance it out. Oh, sleepy little boy. He's just such a sleepy little boy. It's probably more sleepy now than he usually has been in a while. I don't visit my shit-lib relatives. I technically have some relatives in Florida I haven't seen since well before they moved there. I'm technically on a decent terms with them, but I won't visit because of Florida. I mean, I do, but it's just because I'm not really on bad terms with any of them outside of really just, I mean, and even then, like, I'm more have, like, passive-aggressive, antagonistic relations with my brother, I guess, say. And with pretty much the most rest of my family, pretty much the same thing. I mean, my granddad's honestly, at least right now, a little bit kind of the more passive-aggressive, antagonistic-ish. I mean, I don't, but for some reason he is with me. So I don't fucking get it. Like, he doesn't want Dad to get his guns or me having any because for some reason he thinks I'm gonna blow myself off or some shit. And it's like, what? Like, you think I'm gonna Roblox myself? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, this isn't 2019 and shit. Like, I've definitely have, you know, matured and mentally been a lot more better and shit, especially with Zukov around lately. If anything, he wanted to kick me out because I got the damn dog. So it's just like, I mean, like, what? You don't want me to improve, bitch? It's like, what the fuck? So it's just like, I mean, and even then, I don't even know how in the fuck he was gonna enforce that. Luckily, he doesn't want that anymore. Like, fuck. But still is not happy about it, but whatever. When? If anything, the house was more destroyed by Mom's dogs more than mine. If anything, he's actually, like, probably one of the more well-behaved dogs I've been around in a long fucking time. They're also way too bitchy for me. They'll have, like, fuck you money. They bought a house with from some actor I ever heard of that has, like, a private dock. They've got, yeah, have a way better mentality since you got Zugaho. Dog's been very good for you. Oh, yeah, exactly. And since then, you know, been able to kind of, like, have more, not just necessarily confidence, but also just kind of a more of a motivation to start getting some shit done and at least a little bit more, you know, at least trying to get things better organized and shit, especially for him. And on top of that, you know, expand on a lot of the different hobbies and shit that I've been wanting to do. I obviously one I know you're not a fan of, but you know, when things with like boom boom sticks that make things go boom boom. That shoot boom boom seeds. Little seeds that will grow bigger boom booms. And use those boom booms to shoot more boom boom seeds. I also have relatives in Massachusetts I'm on very good terms with. They're also way less bushy, though, still upper middle class, I think. I've always wanted to go to Massachusetts, honestly. Just to kind of, like, check out the other surrounding areas, because it's kind of like a good little spot where there's different shit around it. Other states, too, that you can kind of easily access and see from there. I mainly think of these places and I'm like, museums. History museums. Pretty late one of the better states. I mean, there's also that too. Random little thing I found. Cyber Partisans is an anonymous hacktivist group that works to bring down Lukashenko, but now it's got sights on Putin. Nice. I love these hackers. I kind of wish I knew like a thing or two about that shit, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. But my brain too stupid for it. I mean, not even, like, intense ones or anything, but, like, some basic ones that could be like, hey, you know, like, need to, like, you know, pass, like, you know, some shit where I can't access, so to speak, like, where there might be, like, a paywall or some shit or whatever the fuck, and it's like, I don't want to deal with that, fuck you. How do I bypass paywall? Honestly, I imagine like a hack like that would probably be very fucking difficult. Because you'd have to think that that paywall got money. It's like, how do you do that? I mean, so yeah, see, brain too stupid. I've been in New York, Connecticut, Vermont, Massachusetts. I don't personally like Vermont because it's too rural, but definitely isn't bad. I understand why people who like rural areas like it. I mean, I would like Vermont. And also, even for it being pretty progressive, it also, I mean, it also has pretty decent, like, gun laws that are also not, like majorly strict, but also, like, relatively reasonable when it comes to, you know, the restrictions that are there. I mean, obviously, I would imagine, because Bernie's kind of repped that place for a while, a little bit, you know. A little bit of Bernie's touch and love is, you know, all over that state. Especially in Birmingham. Or, is it Birmingham? Burlington, Vermont. Whatever the town is called. New Jersey and Connecticut were really nondescript, though I've heard recently that New Jersey has a couple cities that are really nice. Probably because of a lot of IT and a lot of like companies like Verizon and shit are stationed there. Burlington, I've never been there though. I definitely would love to go there though. I imagine it's got a really cool, rich history, especially when it comes to like history during like the 60s and 70s. Kind of like the, you know, Bernie being mayor time period. Seems a random little shout to PR. I could just see cows. Yeah, I see. But I guess I think New Jersey is probably better than Connecticut. Connecticut feels like an endless suburbia, while apparently New Jersey has at least a couple of cool places. I don't want to have a place be known as endless suburbia, so Connecticut already sounds like a bad time. Like, that's why I would probably like Vermont, because at least there's some of the rural areas. Because obviously I like that. But I kind of like the diversity of, like, some of the rural country that Oregon has, too. Because it's not necessarily just, like, you know, like, plains and forests and meadows and, like, some hillsides. But also it's got, like, you know, some desert regions, some mountainous regions and shit. Like, there's a lot of different little areas that, you know, could be kind of considered, like, the countryside in Oregon and shit. That isn't necessarily just, like, what would be stereotypical in a way. So I kind of like that about Oregon, because I mean, I guess also more space, you know, when it comes to that too. Which that, you know, I guess in a way I like. Easier to, you know, go off in the middle of the bumblefuck nowhere and, you know, plink off a bunch of targets or some shit like that without really having to worry about anything. The issue is New Jersey's cooperation between different jurisdictions is non-existent. All these smaller cities are competing for dominance and cooperating to improve mutual infrastructure. Capitalism at its finest. Sounds amazing. Like I said, cooperating together to make, you know, the state overall a better place. You know, they just want to compete with each other and see which city, you know, bests the other in that fucking state. It's like, oh my god. Like, why not make that state collectively good instead of just, like, you know, making, like, some places somewhat good, other places kind of good, and a few places kind of hella good, and other places just shit because they're just not thought of. Because we got to prioritize these other places. Boo. Competing for best suburb, though a complete disregard for everyone else. Oh my god. That'd be even more of a goddamn nightmare than it is now. Jesus. I don't even, like, ugh. That's a whole, I don't even know if my brain can truly wrap my head around that. Like, oh god. That sounds like a horrible nightmare of just that would just make things not just 10 times worse, but even make probably even new problems that are just that would just make it, everything else not just 10 times worse on, but also like 15 times worse on top of that. It's like, oh god, no. Boo. You and boo. So wow, so New Jersey sounds, wow, I mean, it's kind of like a major, like, corporate hub, so it just makes sense, honestly. You probably have, like, these cities that are probably mostly owned by, like, one industry or another, or at least by, like, one company or another, and that's probably why. So it's like, oh, like, this is the city of Verizon, so we're gonna, try to bump up our shit to be good, and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, no, we're the company, that has this city, and blah, blah, blah. Like a lot of our industry and shit is here. It's like, oh god. Ugh. Gross. Oh, you sleepy baby. He's just so knocked out. He'll like get up for like a couple minutes and then he'll just pass out. Oh, it's going up in a little tighter ball. You sweet baby. You sweet little baby. I would say he's ready for bed, but he's just already been out. I love it. It's so sweet. I just wish he was a little lighter. But my friend weighed him, and he's actually like 52 pounds, so he's a big hunk of fluff. He's not even fully grown yet. And Vito is, and he's 58. He's 58 pounds. So it's just like, this little fluff ball, small as he looks, still a little bit smaller than Vito, but he's about just as heavy as him. About, give or take, at this point. It's not fully grown. Not yet. I mean, he's only about like 5, going on 6 months now. He's still got a little, like, another growth spurt or two in him. He's probably going to have at least, another growing period, in the next, like, coming months. Now, I've been noticing that he's starting to get a little bit more bigger and bulkier a little bit, so I think he's starting to kind of go for a little growth period now, so he might have like one more, like another month or two. I thought he was already 3 months when you got him. It was about like a month or so, probably about nearly going on 2 months when I got him. He was born probably around like in September-ish, about. Oh, he's having a little dream. Got some twitches. Oh, he's having some twitches. Oh, he's twitching. So it's between 6 and 7 months. Yeah, honestly, now you think about it, yeah, probably about now at this point. 6 going on 7 now, yeah. Oh my god, his head flopped up. He was supporting his head on his paw, but then he just like, boom. He didn't wake him up or nothing. He's in a deep sleep. Oh, he's really twitching. He's dreaming something. Oh, you little croissant. You look like a little burnt croissant. Those little ears are moving. It was a dream of something that big. It's not really twitching no more now. I had a quick little dream, and then it must have drifted away. Oh, nope, he's starting to twitch again. Whatever he's dreaming about, it must be like somebody sniffing. Like he's hunting something. He must be, because like you'll like twitch his nose, and then you'll twitch his legs a little bit. But it's not like hardcore, so he's scavenging in his dream. I think. Oh, no, he's so fucking cute. Oh, did he just wake up? No. No, he didn't. He's dreaming of doing doe shrooms. Dog shrooms? I mean, hypothetically, a dog could have a shroom. I would never recommend it. But theoretically, dog will probably be like seeing the worlds in a way it's never seen before. But yeah, I definitely would not recommend that. A tripping boss doge would be weird as fuck. I bet there's videos of it. Doggone shroom. Oh, wild psychoactive mushrooms. So this is a dog that just happenstance just ate some wild mushrooms. So, oh, this looks like a little puppy. Yeah, that dog is just like, yo. She's like trying to stand and look at the world around her, but she's just like struggling to like stand on what she's probably perceiving as a very wobbly world. Like she can't balance herself. Yeah, she's about to fall over. She can't balance herself. She's trying to like see what's like going on. Oh my god, yeah. Oh, poor baby. The opposite. Yeah. Seem to be enjoying the experience. Same case, and some dogs actually... Wait, what? Seem to go looking for them. Oh, so sometimes dogs will actually go look for psychoactive mushrooms. So it might be something that they might just know about. Yeah, look at this little dog. Yeah, I mean, the dog honestly is not scared. Like, I could tell the dog isn't, like, in distress. It's just, like, having a really weird time trying to balance herself. And, you know, like, she just looks, like, physically in a way where she's just, like, where she's trying to, you know, hold herself up, kind of. But, like, in her face and everything else about her demeanor really isn't. Like, she's kind of forgetting what a tail is. And she's like, what is this new stick? What's all this stuff? Oh my god. Yeah, so I mean. Puppy got high on shrooms. Oh, that poor puppy. Jaguar trips on ayahuasca, DMT. Oh my god. And so it seems like, you know, it doesn't seem like that big of a deal. I mean, at least based on that little video, it seems like there might be times where they will actually kind of go looking for him. Which that dog probably did. Like, I mean, from the video, the context of it looked like, it's like, yeah, I walked out outside and found my dog and she was tripping balls. And like, so that dog evidently was, you know, snooping around, found those shrooms, ate some, and started tripping. So, I mean, evidently they must be safe for dogs. I mean, I wouldn't recommend purposely feeding your dog that, but if they happen, but I guess, you know, note to self, if you happen to lay your mushroom stash lying around and your dog gets into it, don't feel bad, your dog should be okay. So, I mean, you know, it's, I would say it's kind of like, alright, you know, it's not recommended, but, you know, hey, they seem to be okay with it. Which honestly, you know, that's why I think when people say, hey, don't smoke weed for your dog, blah, 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 it's like, I mean, there's times where, I mean, they will literally, like, go seek this shit out and get high themselves. Like, they straight up, like, I mean, that video kind of proved it, you know, where dogs will even go kind of look for more psychoactive substances, and dogs are not the only animals to do that. Like, there's other animals that have either found toxins or different chemicals, things that they've eaten or have absorbed or whatever the fuck, and to realize, oh, this doesn't affect me, but in a positive way where I get high. I like this. You know, this changes my perspective and I like it. You know, and they will seek it out. Like, dolphins will go after these type of pufferfish because the toxins don't affect them as a venom, but as a psychedelic, like, high, basically. Like, the equivalent of smoking a lot of fucking weed. You know, so, I mean, to them, like, and you'll see videos of them playing around with these pufferfish, like, they're, like, playing, like, you know, fucking volleyball or some shit in the middle of the sea. It's just like, I mean, they love it. And that pufferfish is probably like, oh god, what is my life? Like, it's probably being, like, traumatized, you know, being tossed around by a bunch of dolphins. But, you know, hey, I mean, pufferfish is okay. Besides a PTSD and a bruised ego. But, yeah, but, you know, it's just like there's, I mean, you know, it's not, like, a big deal, honestly, overall. World Puritans to be blowing some head gaskets, yeah. I mean, it's like, for me, it's like, you know, I wouldn't necessarily, like, be blowing weed in Zukav's face right now, but, you know, I'll wait a while. I'll give it until, like, September or October, then I'll probably give him, like, a little edible or something like that. You know, let him, you know, live a little, have a little fun, little high and stuff. I mean, but, you know, it's only a little bit, you know, just especially the first time, just to see how he would react, you know. It's like, because if he doesn't like it and has a bad reaction, it's like, okay, I won't do that again. But if he ends up chilling, which likely he would, I mean, he'll probably just be like a more silly, floppy little giggle boy than he already is. So, I mean, it would just probably just, you know, advance more of his cuteness and absurdity. But I know there's also like a lot of different like hemp and CBD based type of dog treats and things like that that are available. So, I mean, it's not like even if he doesn't necessarily like THC things, that's gonna do like any damage to him at all. It'd be more like something like, you know, if I spilt some beer and he licked that up, I'd be a little bit more worried about that than I would be weed. Like if he got into like edibles or like a mushroom or something. Like I'd be less worried if he got into mushrooms or something. If he somehow got into like some alcohol that spilt or something like that, I'd be a little more worried. I mean, even if he like gobbled up a little bit of spilt alcohol or some shit, like if I had a beer and some of it spilt on the ground and he licked it all up before I could clean it up. I mean, that ain't gonna hurt him, but it's probably better if he had an edible or a mushroom, unironically. Probably would do less damage to his body. Oh, sweet little baby. But again, especially just for YouTube's sake, don't purposely give your dog any of that shit. Just, you know, if they happen to get accidentally into your stash, I mean, you know, oh well. All Puritans, moral Puritans be blowing their gaskets because of be whining. Their tears fill baskets. But we gonna put them bitches in some caskets. Sweet little boo. Oh. What a sweet little goof. Oh shit, Jareth Gawain dropped a fucking beat 30 minutes ago and I didn't even notice? What the fuck? Yeah, I gotta hear this. It's a 1 minute. It's a 1 minute little song.
I hope you idiots are happy now. Now I got a new gaggle of clowns that have to slap around.
Oh shit.
On the ground, drop a match, it's a laugh where you at now. Never for the left wing, never for the right. Hoping for the best king, hoping for the right one. Hope you read the right books, hope he said the right prayers. Tell me I should find God, Ace hiding right here.
Oh my god, this is too. Oh fuck, bro.
When the day comes and you die, you're dead. Maybe you should think about your politics instead. Or maybe you should question all the shit that you've been fed. Maybe you're a socialist, maybe libertarian. New age bullshit, now you're vegetarian. Jump inside the ocean, now you're in Aquarius. You don't wanna know this, maybe you should bury it, kneel. Bend the knee, it's tyranny. They won't save you, kneel. Bend the knee, it's tyranny. They won't save you, kneel.
This little shorty. Oh. Sounds like it actually will go on a little longer. I feel like he's probably going to expand that. Sounds like a snippet of what might become more to come. But damn, dude, those first fucking little bit of lines. Holy shit. Dude, Jareth Gawain can fucking slap. God damn. I knew that was going to be fire when I saw that. It's like, what? My boy just dropped another beat? Dropped another? Here, hold on. Boom. There we go. Had to make a little comment. but goddamn. Did potentially drop any others? Or was that just a... Yeah, that was the only one. Because he dropped Send the Haters a couple weeks back. But actually, that's a little bit of an older one, but he just re-uploaded it. I actually remember hearing that song too, so... Sounds like he's uploading some of these older tracks. But goddamn, I want that to be, like, extended. I want that to be an extended version. It's like, fuck, bro. What the hell's this? It's not like... It needs to be like 4 minutes. 4 minutes of just fire and slap. It's got a good voice too for like that dark, gritty, like, genre or subgenre of hip hop too. I mean, honestly, especially if Jared Gawain's beats and like flow and shit, it's like, I mean, shit, he needs to be like, you know, pumping some more shit out. I know, like, the biggest Achilles heel for all artists tends to be confidence in their own art, so, I mean, you know, I'm sure that probably, you know, could be it. Because I know in a lot of ways that, you know, is a thing for me too, where it's like I'm, like, you know, creating a little bit of art or, you know, a little bit of music or, you know, working on some licks or some lines or something. I'm just like, I don't know. It sounds good, but I'm not too sure. I don't know if I want to blop that out. Or play that off in a jam or something. It's like, But sometimes then I will, but then it won't, like, be perceived as much as I thought. I'll be like, yeah, I got this, it's pretty good, but then it'll be like, oh, not as good. Okay, got it. It's like, shit. So, but honestly, though, for at least Gawain, though, like 90%, like 99% of shit I pretty much hear out of him is like, just, bam. Some good shit. But looks like kind of getting near the 3-hour mark here. Sounds like a nice little perfect timing. Oh, excelentes. Excelentes. Because I'll probably just use that as a perfect little bow. Because the rest of those tenders are calling my name. And I'm going to smack down on those like no tomorrow. It's going to be so delicious. Especially with some of that honey mustard. Though we're actually out of the honey mustard I like. Which set our sandwich bar. So I have to put in these. But we're out of it. So it's like, shit. I have to like ration this. It's like, fuck. It's like, I don't like doing that. Because I love like just dousing my chicken tendies in that shit. But I have to ration it now. It's like, I especially love dousing those spicy chicken tendies in that honey mustard because it kind of like nullifies a little bit of that spice while still kind of giving you a little bit of that like spice, but without like the heat, so to speak. Like your body will still kind of like react to it as if there's heat, but like, you know, because with that spice tender I had earlier, I had a little bit of sweats, a little bit, but that heat though wasn't in the mouth. Like, it was in my stomach once I realized, oh shit, there'd be heat. Especially the way our cook does, our cook that was cooking today cooks them. because he'll actually put the sauce like in a separate little like pan, and then once the chicken tenders are all done being cooked, he'll put them in there one by one and actually like make sure they're all like totally like sauced up, and then put it into the pan that they're going to be put in there, you know, or like put in the bowl. So like instead of like getting a big old like bowl with just all the sauce in there and you just all like stir it up or whatever the fuck, he actually like makes sure they're all like coated and like evenly and everything, so it's actually like a legit and good tender. And doing that also makes them last a fuck ton longer than the regular ones, because the regular ones may dry out within like 2 hours, but those spicy ones, there's been times where they have not sold since like 2 o'clock and it will still be good by the time we're closing and shit, even though they've been there for like dead ass like forever. And it's just like, hey, if they're still good, fuck it. Like, there's been times I've had some of those tendies where they're dead ass, like 5+ hours old, but they're still good because it's, you know, of how he cooks them. So it's just like, all in all, I mean, it's just the way to go when seasoning up those chicken tendies. You can't just like put it in the bowl and like, you know, stirring the sauce around and shit and trying to like get the tenders that way, because there's gonna be spots missed. It's not gonna be all even, and it's like it's not gonna be all good. Because then there's going to be some spots that aren't totally, like, sauce, you know, and shit. And then it's going to dry out, and then they end up being kind of crappy. I mean, it's like boo. You got to at least, you know, you got to put a little love to it. A little love and care. That's all it needs. That's all it ever needs. Just a little bit of love and tender care. Took off, you stood up, woke up, and got on that chair just to be in the tiny little ball that you're in just a different location. He's so goddamn cute. You just seriously need to stop with this fucking cuteness, okay? Like, goddamn. Where'd your tail even go? Do you even have a tail anymore? You like curled that up somewhere in there. His tail got all curled up somewhere in that ball that he morphed into. Oh, what a sweet little boy. This too damn sweet. Son of a bitch. Packed a little too tight. There we go. Might be interesting. What was this? The Expert Blind Judges Good Macro Beer. Craft beer channel. Huh. Yeah, this looks interesting. I'll probably check that out and see what that's all about. But chicken tenders call my name. Also a nice bed too. So I'll probably check that out as I go to sleep. At least having some food for thought to what could be good macro beers. Because I know there's a lot of good micro beers out there. But macro, I mean, it tends to get a bad rap. I'm sure they're honestly, you know, like, at least, you know, this, like, I know at least with Rainier's, like, they're okay. Like, I've had those before and they're alright. and Coronas, I mean, at least like the regular ones aren't really as good, but like some of the more other like specialty flavor ones and shit like that are alright. But yeah. But yeah, I'll have to check it out, so see what it's all about. But in the meantime, at least for now, peace out, and of course, I'll be back around for that next one.